link. So this one's live. How do I get a shareable link now? So here, Nancy's here. So I'm trying to grab a. I'm trying to get a. I started another live. There, people are starting to pop in now. So did you tell them to go to the other live?
Hey guys, I'm texting everybody, but
yeah, we're gonna.
But my
cool
message doesn't have the little wrench, so I don't know if they kind of like.
Yeah,
it's not highlighted to say it like that.
I'm just trying to find if there's a if there's somewhere where I can share the chat or share the.
Well, there's a few here. Like
yeah,
I can see
everybody's finding it.
I can see.
Can't hear us, huh?
No.
Oh, somebody says I can hear you now. So I'm going to drop out of the other. I'm going to drop out of the other one. So we're going to drop that.
And, oh my God.
Okay.
Internet, lives.
Well, and the difference with YouTube is that once it drops a connection, it kills everything. And that's where the other software was better, but then the picture sucked. So we stopped using that.
If it's not one thing, it's the other thing.
Yeah. So.
No, it might be part of my fault too.
Why?
Because I forgot to put just like kill the video and just see the comments. I was still also streaming and we're in the same connection.
I don't know. Anyways, we're good now. I didn't want to disappoint Chris Belafato. He waited a month.
Chris, Robbie's here, John Senesi.
So everybody's everyone's piling back in.
Nice. So let's keep chatting. What were we saying? I forgot what we were saying now.
Oh, we were talking about find the good in everything and everybody, I guess. Places and people. That's
what we're talking about.
Yeah, we were finding the good in places.
He's like, by the way, somebody says on the other chat, like it's not here anymore, about like people miss your weekly videos. So you should start doing the weekly videos, they said.
But we didn't. All I can say is like, oh, hey, I'm going to kite now, and I know not everybody's into kiteboarding, so it's like that's all I can do. It's like, hey, I'm going kiteboarding. Yeah. Every video would be that.
It's true. We literally are not doing that much. It's like I'm saying in the RV working because internet. He's going out at kiteboarding. Now, the one thing I promise you, and I will definitely do one of these days, even if he doesn't come with me, I will grab the camera and take you out to Los Varillas and just do errands. So you can see like how it looks here, what to expect. I should have done that today. I pick up my laundry today. I should have done that with laundry. But there's going to be more laundry to be done.
Yeah, well, we didn't do our own laundry this month.
No, it's like we're having issues with the washers here in the campground because although first view they look amazing and spotless, like literally you see them, you open it, it's like they look spotless. You put your laundry in, and by the time we're done, sometimes it has a little bit of dirt, and you can really quite tell it on the darks. So we stopped.
It's making my blacks not so black.
Exactly. So we just stopped doing that. So we're now taking our laundry somewhere else.
Brian Hawaiian saying Paul on the wall. They'll get boring though. Like I don't have that much to say. I really don't. So I can, we can go into the thoughts of Paul on the wall, but I'm like, I go out almost every morning. I go out and sometimes Kevin will join me or Kevin's out there and we go sit, and it's kind of like a meditation thing to go sit and look out at the ocean, whale watch. Last night was Mobula watch. The Mobulas are like a type of ray that jump out of the water. Last night there were hundreds of them out in the water. It was crazy. And so we go out there onto the wall, and it's really a meditation spot where you just go out and sit and look out at the ocean. And so that's kind of what I do in the morning. And you guys don't want to know what's going on in my head.
I agree with that point. I totally agree with that point. It's like, let's not go there. Like, he sometimes goes way out there on his mind. But Kevin was saying about doing the walkthrough in the RV. Yes, we were. Yeah,
we do need to do the walkthrough.
About that this morning or last night?
This afternoon we talked about it.
Yeah, we
definitely
just
need to
talked
do that.
about it. It's like
Yeah, we suck at that.
Then it says Kevin needs to jump out and say hi. He's like, he's in his RV. He said we were going to cozy over here, like because it's tighter here, so he's staying in the RV. But yeah, he's right next door.
Yeah.
Larry says, Lorena, do you S? I don't know what S is.
Seek and Strange, David and Patty said, how about revisiting Hump Day Q&A? We actually thought about doing that. You know, we back in the day, we did this Q&A done our way.
Yeah.
And then we would go to different locations and ask and answer different questions. I really want to do that again because I think it's kind of cool. We could do, how scary is it to visit Mexico? And
he's focusing on all that stuff. He's like,
what?
How scary is Mexico?
Oh, it's not.
Like,
no, I'm saying that the people down here, they want us to tell you guys how scary it is because they don't want any more people.
Like even
down.
on the caravan, the people around here, there's like let them know they have to sign a waiver saying that they will not say nice things about Mexico.
Yeah, people here were doing a caravan down here, and they're going, "Don't be telling people nice things about Los Perillas. We want them to stay away."
I'm not sure, but I think at some point Kevin was right behind us.
Oh, was he?
I just saw him passing back to his RV.
Oh, so I didn't even see him.
You guys let me know if that happened. But Tanya says, tell us about auto insurance and how long you can stay in Mexico. And also Joan, hey Joan, she was saying when we caught up, we were talking about the caravans. So that's what was happening back then. So let's go about insurance and how long you can stay in Mexico. The permits are for 6 months to be here.
Mm-hmm.
Do anybody check the permits? Absolutely not. It's like we all get them coming down here, but nobody really checks on them. But they're for 6 months, and right now because of COVID times, and they understand people are getting stuck here in Mexico instead of going back home and all that stuff. What they're doing, they're extending those permits.
Right.
So, but I think that's just because of these times. So you and Kevin and Laura are gonna have to extend your permit.
I'm not extending my permit.
You're extending it.
I'm not
because
extending
it's the right thing to do.
Yeah, nobody cares.
And talking
the most expensive, the biggest expense you have coming to Mexico is the insurance, because
that is true, Kevin.
It depends on your insurance company. Our insurance company would not let us.
I'm back.
He literally
Chuck just got here
a few minutes ago, 30 minutes ago or something like that, and he's like he hauled down south and he surprised us. So yeah, he's so he's on the other side of the campground.
Yeah. So yeah, the FMM and stuff, they do your tourist visa permit. They do check that when you first come into the country, but then after that, nobody cares. But the insurance is going to be your most expensive. Our insurance company would not allow us to suspend, and they would not allow us to change or do anything to our insurance. So we're basically paying 6 months of insurance in the U.S. and 6 months of insurance here. So you're paying double insurance for the 6 months that we're down. That sucks. And so it's so if you have an expensive rig and expensive insurance, it's gonna cost you a ton. We did have some people that were coming down for the caravan that were like, "Holy crap, the insurance is expensive." Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is what it is. I know that our Canadian friends, Tom and Faye, I think they suspended or were able to cancel their insurance while they were here. That's awesome, and it's about whatever you're paying for 6 months in the U.S. is about what you're going to be paying for 6 months down here.
And I have to say, I believe, and Tom and Faye, answer if you can, you were able to cancel your insurance back in, I don't know if it was Canada or U.S., so you could get the one in Mexico. But our insurance company didn't allow us to do that.
Right.
So it's but I think some of they do let you. I have to say, Brian says, Hawaiian. Brian says, it's someday I'll tell you the story of when I smuggled drugs into Mexico. I want to hear that story.
Yeah, I want to hear that story too. You would be surprised, I guess, how many people do that because marijuana is legal, medically legal in California and a few other places. People bring it down here, and that's what the checkpoints are looking for. Mm-hmm. You're not allowed to bring medical marijuana down here. It's illegal. Now, I will say Mexico, just as an entire country, passed the law to legalize it, the entire country.
Where?
Here.
No.
Yes.
It has not been passed.
I believe it has.
I think it was in the Senate.
No, I think it's passed. We're gonna have to
Google that. We're gonna have to go because that's the one thing because they believe I bought them legally that I can just travel with them, but it's not true.
It's not true.
So yeah, that's a big thing. Somebody said I'm trying to. Dave Gregory, how is driving in Mexico? He's like, you give your butt a workout definitely because you're clenching the entire time.
The roads are super narrow until you get down into Baja.
If it's in a car, it's not bad at all.
Yeah, if you're in a car,
it's
a van,
not bad at all.
Like SUV or like even a Class C, it's not that
when
bad.
You're in a bigger RV and you're this high up and very like tight shoulder, if there is any shoulder, yeah, there is when it gets a little bit up there. There was another question, and they tell the Canadians out to travel to Mexico. Thought they were in quarantine. Every country's locked up and in quarantine. Mexico, the thing about Mexico is like it was closed for the longest time, and some websites that I guess they removed already that warning in the website that it's close to, but you're able to travel here. So a lot of Canadians have flown down here.
Right. You cannot, as a Canadian, you can't drive to Mexico. You can
drive to Mexico if you can get through the U.S.
Right.
The problem is not getting into Mexico. The problem is Canadians cannot cross through the U.S. to get to Mexico.
Tell you the one thing that they were doing is people were putting their RVs on a truck, having it trucked into the U.S. and then flying in, grabbing their RVs and then driving down here. And they were saying that was the tune of $1,500 to $2,000 is what that was costing people to do it. It is insane that two people cannot drive a car or an RV across the border,
but they can fly.
But you can get on an airplane with 300 freaking strangers in a little tiny aluminum tube and fly. That's nuts. It's nuts. It just makes no sense whatsoever. Kip Hackett, you're gonna have to reword that, Kip. What kind of drives life did you have to go in an RV and gas motor? Well, I don't know what you're asking there, so you're gonna have to reword that.
And I'm gonna answer just an essay. Lorena, how's your training going with GameStop? I am not training GameStop. I'm just like having my popcorn, watching the whole debacle. It's very interesting what is going on. I mean, it's really very interesting what's going on. So many people have even texted me and all that kind of stuff about it. I am not personally in that whole thing. It's like, but it's kind of crappy what they're doing. Some of these platforms to some people, I have to say, it's like it's.
If you're not a professional trader, this is my personal opinion. If you're not a professional trader, do not trade those.
Paul's personal opinion.
That's my personal opinion. Do not trade those. You are gonna get
my opinion.
There's a lot of people are gonna make a lot of money. There's a lot of people that are gonna be left in a lot of world of hurt.
There's gonna be a lot of great stories, people becoming millionaires from it, a lot of horror stories, people going broke from it. But here's the thing, this is my opinion. People are adults, people know what they're doing. Nobody can hold
have
their
at
hand.
it if you want.
So it's a free market. That's the whole thing. It's a free market. Everybody can do whatever they want to do. But yeah, what those platforms did, that was kind of crappy.
Yeah, just it's
now talking about my trading, I'm trading totally other stocks, but yes, I am actively trading. Not flying anywhere out of Canada now. It's like no flights out of Canada, period. That's Larry.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
So yeah, it's like 2 weeks stay in quarantine. Oh wow.
Nancy, your 2009 Elantra is $1,800 a year? Is that in the U.S.? Holy smokes!
That seems pretty steep. Yeah.
Yeah, our car and RV together combined is about $1,400, I think, something like that. 700 every 6 months.
Oh wow, Leslie. As of Sunday, all flights to Caribbean and Mexico from Canada are now canceled until April 30th.
Oh wow.
That's crazy. See, I didn't know about that. It's like, so you guys are like locked in Canada pretty much.
Yeah. Dennis Bierman, Paul, tell us about your worst wipeout on your kite. That happened today. I've been practicing jumping. My kiting has improved leaps and bounds. Just so comfortable now, and I actually kind of look like I know what I'm doing on the water until I jump, and then I look like today is my first day. So today I focused on jumping. So I was jumping just little bits, foot, 2 feet. It was probably 6 or 8 inches, but I don't know. I thought it was 3 or 4 feet. It felt like 3 or 4 feet, but it was probably like a foot, 6 inches. Who knows? But anyways, I was just about to come in because I knew we had to do the live, and I thought, okay, this time I'm going to do a big jump. And the rule of thumb is once you're in the air, you don't want to move your kite around. You want the kite to stay straight up in the air, because if you move it while you're in the air, bad stuff happens. And I jumped and what felt like 15 feet in the air, and I moved the kite while I was in the air by mistake, and the kite hit the water before I did, which is never a good thing, and knocked the wind out of myself pretty bad. Lost my board, couldn't get back to my board. Guy had to come by and grab my board and get the board back to me. So if you guys know what wakeboarding is, basically, you're getting towed behind a boat on a board. That's wakeboarding. This is the exact same thing, except you're flying a kite. So you're flying this giant ass kite, and that's pulling you around the water. So you can Google kiteboarding, and there's Robbie, our neighbor Robbie.
I didn't know if they could see me.
Oh yeah, they can see you.
Hello, world.
They can see you, Robbie. And that was really bad today. Knocked the wind out of myself, and it wasn't fun.
Well, it was fun for everybody.
It was probably entertaining for the people that were watching, but it wasn't entertaining for me. It sucked. Okay. And I gulped a bunch of water.
Another question is any worse if you get hurt in Mexico, like urgent care or worse? No, definitely not worries. There is doctors here, there's urgent care here, there's hospitals here. So if Paul happens to get hurt kiteboarding, we just go to the urgent care here, or we just go to the hospital. I mean, it is what it is. And one of the best hospitals in the entire state in itself is 45 minutes from here. So how is Ozzy like in Mexico? Staying close by? He's loving it here. Like, I cannot express enough how much Ozzy is loving it here. He's coming out. He's making even doggy friends. It's like not cat friends. He doesn't like other cats, but dogs, he's okay with them. And some dogs is like, I didn't see it, but Laura messaged me the other day. It's like, hey, Ozzy just kind of like basically chase a dog away from our RV. It's like, he's out there with the dogs, my cat. It's like sometimes a good, sometimes a bad thing. But he's making friends now. Sharky, the picture I posted the other day, Sharky is the dog in the picture the other day on Instagram and Facebook. Sharky comes here and looks for Ozzy, like to see where he is. And then they play this game where Ozzy just kind of like taunts him and Sharky goes out running. So it's just so cute to see.
So Kip came back and he says, what kind of driver's license you have to drive an RV? You literally just a regular car license. So there is a certain point where if you get to a certain weight, then you have to have a different driver's license. And it also depends on the state. Nevada, you can drive a 45-foot diesel pusher and you can do it with a regular driver's license, I believe. But there are certain states, you have to check with your state, certain state that if you get to a certain weight, even on an RV, you have to get a Class B or a Class A, I think. But I'm not 100% positive of that. But most of these, which is super scary, most of these people you see driving these big 30 and 40-foot rigs have a regular driver's license, and they could drive into the dealership in their Honda Civic and drive out in a 35-foot Class A with the same license. It's nuts.
Tanya says, how long can you stay in Mexico before you have to apply for visas? 6 months. And Seeking Serenity said something that is like, common sense is the least common thing in the world, followed closely by common courtesy.
Yes.
I think that's somewhat true now. Yeah.
Brian says, do I wear a PFD? I do not. That's a kind of a personal preference because one, you're a PFD. Sorry, for those of you who don't know, I just saw that now. What's a PFD? It's a personal flotation device. So a life jacket, and you have a kite which will float, and you have a board that floats, and your harness that wraps around you that keeps you attached to the kite. It's a little bit buoyant, but I don't wear a life jacket on top of that. Some other people do wear what's called an impact vest, which would have helped me a lot today. An impact vest just gives you a little bit of protection so that when you do get slammed into the water, that it's less of an abrupt jolt. And I would have liked to have that today because I probably wouldn't have got the wind knocked out of myself. And it's not so much the wind getting knocked out, it's that sudden breath of water that you take in, and the salt water is really nasty. But yeah, there's certain times where having a PFD would be better for you, like when you're floating around trying to find your board and you can't find your board in the water. But other than that, it doesn't have that much of a play really for you. The bad thing is that if you get into a really bad situation where your kite lines get wrapped up and stuff, you have to eject your kite.
You're giving kite lessons now?
Well, yeah, but I'm going to explain the PFD. So where a PFD comes into play is that if you eject your kite and then you eject your, oh, Robbie's bringing my kite off the beach.
There's somebody looking at it. And I said it wasn't for sale.
You left it there?
Yeah, I knew it was on the beach. I just didn't know anybody would touch it.
Oh my God, Paul.
Oh, just you. Trying to sell my kite. So that's the kite back there.
So Diane said Robbie seems like a good guy. He's hilarious. As you can see, he's a super nice guy.
They're super nice
we
people.
can ask for better neighbors.
And that's one thing I will say about the kiting community is they've been amazing. So let me finish this. If you eject your kite and then you can't find your board, then you're in trouble because those are the two things that keep you floating. And if you have to swim back in, it sucks. So basically your rule of thumb is don't do anything further out than you want to swim back to shore, which never happens. The other day, I actually snapped my kite in half and I was a half a mile out. And the only reason I got back in at all was because a guy came by and he towed me in. So, yeah, it was fun. Yeah. Anyways, that's kiting. Yeah, see, I don't want to talk about I'd talk about kiting 24/7.
He can literally talk this 24/7. And at the beginning, it was until I just started playing music on the background, song in the background that I can listen to at the same time I was listening to him.
Yeah, I'll watch kiteboarding videos 24/7.
I have to say that he told me, he has been trying to insist. It's like, come on, you should kite with me. You should try it. I'm like, no, not for me. Come on, it's safe. Because I've seen horrible videos where people get with kites, get trashed, or they get slammed on side of buildings or walls or stuff like that. I'm just like, no, that's not for me. It's a safety issue. Somebody has to drive you right to the hospital if needed. And all of a sudden, it's like all these people are telling me, yeah, you should try it. And every time he comes back from kiting, he has bruised something. He has like cut somewhere. It's like all these horrible stories. And the guys too, they have like some stories that I'm like, and you're trying to get me to kite? It's like, yeah, no. Jamie and Valerie Killer, you may have already answered this, but how long will you be staying in Los Varillas? I know you guys are coming back. So we have planned living here mid March. Yeah. So we can slow roll back to the US. Keyword being slow roll. But you know us. It's like there's never set plans like in stone or anything. It's like anything can change. But so far the next deadline or whatever is mid-March.
And not to stay on kiteboarding, but somebody loaned us a practice kite. It's actually a practice kite. And don't tell me you didn't like it. I saw the smile on your face. Lori was flying the practice kite. Yeah. She was having a blast.
Yeah, it's just kind of funny how it pulls you and that kind of stuff. But that's a practice kite. A big kite, if it pulls you, it takes you out.
It's just...
Dave Gregory, do you shoot tequila? New way I learned in Cabo. Slice an orange, sprinkle with cinnamon, take a shot, bite the slice, no bite, but you have to remember, it's still tequila. I have never heard about that. Like, I've never heard about a slice of orange with cinnamon. So that's a new. Sean Chambers is like, I'm a truck driver, Paul, and I don't know how people drive cars. His like Jensen he says CDO should be required. That's my opinion. It's like for this big RV, sometimes we see people in 45-foot Integras with no experience whatsoever, no training whatsoever.
I would think 30 feet is probably where you should have to do something. Like even if they give you some kind of training, literally the dealership has no responsibility. They can sell you a 45-foot coach and go, here's the key, Mr. Consumer. See ya. Like they don't have to show you anything. I'm assuming that they do, but I don't know.
I believe in some states they require what you call it, the air brake license or air brake something
Right.
that you have to go through the training. But that's the only thing I have known for some states to require if you
Yeah.
drive something like that. But
Craziness.
Brenda Costa, how is the weather here? It's chilly. It's chilly with wind. So yesterday was a beautiful day though. Yesterday was all sunny, no wind. It was just perfect.
Johnny and Allie is in the house, and Johnny says he doesn't have a chauffeur's license, but he has a chauffeur. Allie drives them around. So, have you ever stayed at the Smith Woods RV Park by Santa Cruz, California? No, we have not. Santa Cruz is a beautiful spot.
And it's true they're commenting about how the RV thing was already a year ago.
It's just nuts.
The year it's just so weird this year because it has gone so slow with the whole Corona thing, but also has gone so fast
Yeah.
that everything was a year ago.
Yeah,
It's
is
just crazy.
White Warrior, sup? Are you saying what's up, or are you saying stand up paddleboarding? Because we've been doing stand up paddleboarding too. Lorena, tequila or wine?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Really? I would have thought you said wine.
I think I'm gonna go with wine because I can drink 2-3 glasses of wine, no problem. Like I'm good. But tequila, give me one shot, I'm starting to feel the fuzzies. 2 shots, I'm out. It's like I'm out there. So tequila really, it's heavy for me.
Right.
But it tastes amazing. Like my neighbor gave me a tequila shot the other day, and it was so nice. I don't know which one was it. I don't know the brand.
White Warrior says, what's our channel about? They saw on their YouTube recommended. Why would YouTube recommend you to us? I don't know. We live in an RV and we travel full time in an RV. We've been doing that for 4 years. So
4 years. That's crazy.
that is crazy.
It's 4 years.
It's 4 years.
That's crazy.
So we travel around for full time in an RV and show people the sights and sounds and the places we go in the RV. And then once a month we do this. We hang out with some of the usual suspects that you'll see in here.
Internet friends.
And with our internet friends, and we talk about stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
4 years have flown by. If you guys don't know, I give him 1 year to travel full time. 4 years in, and we're still traveling full time. It's crazy.
Oh, my grandkids are watching, and they said hello. So hey guys, what's happening?
Hey, Ryan Amaray.
Ryan Amaray, what's happening?
I bet
Allie, Johnny.
in that 90-inch TV, probably.
Yeah, they're probably our heads are probably huge on their TV.
Yeah. Well, mostly yours, yes.
Mine, like they were watching on this giant TV, probably. So yeah, so much has happened this year. It's crazy. Kathy and Tony, how's it going?
Seeking Serenity asks, I told her it's Lilo, question mark. That's how Maria and Ryan called me, Lilo. And it's like a combination of, like in Spanish, abuela is grandmother, abuelita, so Lee, as in Lita, and then Lorena, so Lilo.
Yeah.
So that is the behind Lilo.
I think it's like Lilo and Stitch, but
we'll go with that. I like Lilo from Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah.
I'd rather be totally 100%, 1,000% be Lilo than being grandma or something like that. So, you can see Carlos. Yeah, Carlos behind us too. It's like he's such a cute dog too.
Yeah.
Dave says, my wife likes the way you do your travels of the beating path. Being a trucker, I am just hammered down to get to point A to point B. Yes, I mean we know a lot of friends of ours are point A to point B, but also we know a lot of people that they go the back roads because they want to see old small town or the little things out there. So there's 2 different ways of traveling.
We go point A to point B, but it's like point A.1 to A.2 to A.3 to A.4 to B.
To point B.
And eventually we wind up at B. But yeah, we do a lot of back roading and stuff like that because it's just been crazy.
Yeah, I think Kevin calls it TME detour. He's like, let's go and take a TME detour is when we just get off the highway and just go to other places.
Yeah. Jamie Keeler, has Paul made any decisions on what he's going to do in the future? I'm going to be a kiteboarder.
He goes back and forth in so many things because he told me all the suggestions you gave him.
I'm going to be a professional kiteboarder.
Yeah, it's like.
Can I make any money doing that? Probably not. I have to be good. So that'll probably suck.
I don't think Red Bull is gonna sponsor you anytime soon.
They should have saw my crash today. They might have. Well, you know what? I might be able to get what's that? What's the pain medication? Ibuprofen. Maybe Aspirin will sponsor me after my crash
He
today.
doesn't even know medications because he can have a headache and he will not take an aspirin. That's how
I don't get that stuff.
bad in medication you are.
I
Once in a while,
don't
we'll
get that.
something.
You're my only headache.
Okay, so we were saying it's like but open
Actually,
an
I
RV
should see if
resort down-
Dr. Pepper will sponsor us.
Happy Vice says open an RV resort down there and give kiteboarding lessons.
Yeah, I agree with
There's
that. That'd be awesome.
a lot of kiteboarding schools already here.
Well, there's kiteboarding schools here.
And
I would
instructors.
love to buy this campground, but there's a crazy person that owns it. So
Yeah, he doesn't even come here anymore.
yeah,
So,
and
yes.
it's 34 acres right on the ocean, and it's so underutilized. He should have a kiteboarding school here. He should have there's a kind of a restaurant here, but this would be just a phenomenal resort down here, because right now it's just kind of a campground. It's not really a resort. You could make it into
I
a
know.
badass resort.
It's just an oceanfront
Yeah.
RV campground. Happy Vice says open an RV resort down there. Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
it. I read that
Yeah.
down. But there was another one.
Yeah. Again, and that
Don-
locks us into one spot. So
Don Santiago says, how many more years do you think you will get out of the motorhome before you get a new one?
I don't know,
I will want to know that one too.
6, 8, 10.
Really? Really?
Look at the look on her face. Like, she would get rid of this tomorrow and get a new one. No, she wouldn't. Not after all the work you just did
Not
on it.
after all the
You
work.
should show them how beautiful your RV is.
I'm gonna
I've been waiting for you to show them the RV. I've been wanting to film this for like months now, and you won't.
Yeah, well, you're
you
out
won't
there
let
in
me.
the water, is what you're saying.
Well, because I'm waiting for you to tell me that you want to.
Don't listen to him. Do not trust what he says. It's like, but yes, RV tour coming up. It's like I will make him like literally not go out kiteboarding and do the RV tour.
David Beal says screen goes black, comes back on, and Paul's got a black eye.
Right? It's like, oops, we lost the image for a second, but we're back.
Holy smokes, Vic and Tammy are in the house too. Our good friends Vic and Tammy.
And then
Dan and Ellen are awesome.
too.
Yep.
Yeah.
They were our housemates for a long time, Vic and Tammy. And without them, our motorhome wouldn't have gotten renovated.
I know. I would say that's the
Yeah.
one thing about
Yeah.
renovating the RV from top to bottom. Now it's renovated. It's like it looks like brand new inside. So we're like, yeah. I mean, why to get rid of it? I know eventually we're gonna get rid of it, but not anytime soon. I mean, it's just renovated.
Just renovated, so
Yeah.
no reason. But yeah, without Vic and Tammy, it couldn't have happened. Without Vic and Tammy, so thank you.
Yeah, see, our RV juniors, Devin Rennie said, you just renovated and Paul is so good at repairs. I keep it. Let's to go wrong with. They want that a new one.
Yeah.
I agree. I mean, it's just always that thought behind your head about like you want the new
Yeah.
shiny thing or just something different. It's
Yeah.
like that's the only thing.
Mr. Roboto wants Kevin and I to train for Lucha Libre.
What's that?
Lucha Libre, the wrestling, the
Yeah.
Mexican wrestling.
What we did?
Mr. Roboto wants Kevin and I to train for that and be wrestlers.
And come up with your
Tag
own
team.
mask
Yeah,
and
tag team.
everything.
Absolutely.
Yeah, as Sean says,
You plan on traveling through the main part of Mexico, not just Baja. Yes and no. There's a kiteboarding job open in Tulum, and I can go get that. We could go down there.
I'm just gonna read what Nomadic says. Paul's gonna have a sore arm by the end of the stream. You're correct.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like- yeah, he has been looking at all the
Oh,
places.
Kathy. I used to like Kathy Matheson.
He has talked about all the places he would like to kiteboard on the world. So now he has
How do
a
I-
bucket list of
How do I
kiteboarding.
block Kathy Matheson? Am I
What
able to
did
block
Kathy
her?
said?
She said, "Will the RV tour video come out after the solar installation video?"
That's a good question.
I should block her. How do I do that? Tony, smack her for me.
No, I like Kathy. Right after Paul decides to start plateauing. Good thing you mentioned that because we have
We are
really
not we.
really talking about getting a Jeep.
Not at all.
And I told
No.
him if we get a Jeep, plateauing is gonna happen. We cannot
No.
put a Jeep on a dollar.
By we, she means her has been
We.
looking.
We have looked at Jeeps. What you're
No,
talking
I'm gonna
about?
turn that down a little bit. So
What you're talking about? We have been looking at Jeeps. It's like so. Anyway, if if we get a Jeep at some point, definitely we'll get Plateau.
Not gonna happen.
Full electric RV and Paul will buy ASAP.
Oh, absolutely.
Johnny. Yes,
They
Johnny
came out
Five.
with a full electric. Yeah, I would sell everything.
Paul
to
told
them.
me he will never get a Turbo because he loves the height of the Class A, the fact that it's you have to get out of the RV to go to the bathroom, to the kitchen, all these different things. So Class A is our thing. It's not everybody's thing.
Right.
It's our thing. But the one thing he told me, the only way he will consider a Turbo was having an electric truck.
Yeah, if I could do the Tesla truck.
And I was so excited when they announced the Tesla truck, and I was like so excited. And then when they came out with that Tesla truck,
She don't like it.
I was disappointed.
Yeah.
Paul
She don't
liked
like
it.
I kind of like it.
He said looks futuristic. For
Yeah.
me, it looks like a DeLorean.
I think it looks like it just came out of a Star Wars. It doesn't look like a DeLorean.
It does look like a DeLorean.
It does not.
So yeah, I was like, yeah, we can wait for that one.
That's a good question, Ed. How are gas prices there compared to the U.S.? I would say they mirror California prices.
Like they're high for
High.
U.S. standards. They're the high on U.S.
Yeah,
standards.
$3 and about $3.80 to $3.90 a gallon.
20 around 20 pesos a liter.
20 pesos a liter, which makes it 80 pesos a gallon. So
Around that,
right
a little-
around
that.
3.80, 3.90.
Yes. Dennis Bierman says, "Come to Hood River. I'd love to see you kiteboard in person." He's
Dennis, we're coming.
It's
We're coming,
like,
man. This summer.
That's happening.
This summer, I don't know if we our loosely laid plans last month, I think, but
Yes,
just so
we
that you
did.
guys know, our loosely laid plans are to head up the east side of the Sierras, so Highway 395 into Tahoe, spend some time in Tahoe, and then head up into Bend, and then Hood River, Oregon, which is another kiteboarding mecca in North America, and then spend some time up in the Northwest, Seattle. We've got friends up there, so friends in Seattle. Spend some time up in there, maybe the Olympia Peninsula or the Olympic Peninsula,
Olympia.
and
By the way,
and then back down and.
talking about it, Deb and Randy, you're in Victoria. We're thinking about day tripping to Victoria. I'm not sure how close you are to where they.
I don't know if we're going to be able to.
I think. Oh well, if things open up.
I bet that you can't. I bet you can't take a ferry from Port Townsend over to Victoria
If things open up, no, Port Angeles.
or Port Angeles. I bet you can't right now.
It's like, so that's what it's in the plans, but we'll see what happens. Let's see how things are going then, but it's in the plans. Yes. Dave Gregory says, with the cost of RV repairs and how often things break, are repairs cheaper in Mexico? Well, here's the thing. Repairs are a lot cheaper in Mexico, but RV parts are pretty much non-existent in Mexico.
Right.
Because they're not the thing
They're
in
not a
Mexico.
thing.
So it's not like you can go to a Camping World or even like a small RV store here. That's not going to happen. So, but the repairs, if you need something welded in the RV,
So
if
cheap.
you need reupholster, like Kevin Laura, the reupholster the dinette, and it was like 200, 250
Yeah.
bucks. I'm like,
Chuck's getting some reupholstery done while he's here.
like we were upholstered in Las Vegas, and that was it was the dad of a friend. It was something like that. So they give us the special prices like that, and we pay $750 to reupholster, literally for cushions and just the little sides of the dinette. So it was pretty expensive. So it's a lot cheaper here. Yes, absolutely, as long as it doesn't take RV parts. So that's the only caveat to that.
Cool. So yeah, if you guys are up in the Northwest in June, July, August, reach out through Facebook, and and if we're in the area and we can, I mean, we're going to be very, very cautious about that stuff. So as you guys know, right now with what's going on, we're going to be cautious. We're not going to do meetups. It just doesn't seem like the smart thing to do. So
Not right now. But Andrew says, how many Tabasco shirts do you have?
just one. I just wear the snot out of this thing. So if you see me in every other video with this,
Definitely, it's one of his favorites.
Yeah.
I think when it comes to lives or going or something like that. That one. And Ali gave this to you. So that's
Andrew Miranda says 395 is a beautiful drive. Yeah, we've never done it in the coach. We've done parts of it on a motorcycle. And so, yeah, 395 is what the plan is so we hope to do that.
We're looking forward to the hiking, the mountains, and the hot springs. So that's what we're looking forward to. Trent says, have you been fishing out there? Is it nice? We are not fishermen here. We don't fish. I eat fish once in a while, but we don't fish, so couldn't tell you. It's like we don't fish.
I've been eating fish since I was a kid, and my mom would feed me fish sticks. I've tried it a couple of times with you. I've had
You
mahi
have
mahi, and it's just
salmon. You have
and the salmon.
with
And
me.
it's like not my thing.
It's funny. Nomadic hobbyist Stephen Lisa says DeLorean looks better than the Tesla truck, right? He's like,
Oh,
not
come
big
on
fan,
now!
not big fan.
It grew on me. At first, I was like a little, I don't know, but then it's just kind of Road Warrior, kind of cool looking.
Scott and Trisha Bradley says, seems like yesterday was the RV thing. By the way, we love our Class A too. Yeah, it's like Class A, you have the views from windshield, all that kind of stuff. But the towboats, you have the space. Definitely, they have deep slides, and it's like you have the kitchen islands and the whole works. It's like so much more space on a towboat, but you have definitely the access and the views on a Class A.
Right. Oh, Devin Randy says, what laundry soap do you use? That Tabasco shirt hasn't faded at all. I know. I got this our first year out. Think about that.
You did not get that. Ali got you that.
Oh, Allie got me this.
I just
That's
said it.
right.
Yeah.
At the RV thing, though, right?
For Christmas. It was a Christmas present.
Allie, when did you get this for me?
I think it was 2 years
I
ago.
remember going to the Tabasco place and thought I bought it there, but that's right.
Yeah.
Allie got it for me
I
for
think
Christmas.
It was 2 years ago, if I can't remember fine.
Yeah. So, do you use it? What magic laundry soap do you use?
Tide.
Wow, that's amazing.
That's it. Seeking Serenity, maybe we'd get to see you in the Tahoe then. We're going to Reno for work this year. Yes, it's like if
Cool.
you're going to be,
We'll reach out.
Love Tahoe. Like that's one of our top places that we love is Tahoe. So definitely we'll spend time there. And we love paddleboarding there. We love the lake there and the little community there, everything. So yes, it's like we'll be around that area.
So Johnny says 2 years ago Christmas. So yeah, this is just like,
see?
check that out. It's a little faded, but I do wear the snot out of it.
You do. That one
Constantly.
and the Bob Ross. He gets so many good comments about the Bob Ross one.
The Bob Ross one, yeah, is great.
People see it and they just laugh and they just always make a comment about it.
Dave Gregory, full hookups at your campsite. Yeah, at this campsite, full hookups in Mexico is
partial hookups.
Is a
it's partial hookups and it's
not, subjective.
It's not electricity and water. Usually that's partial hookups in the US. Here partial hookups is sewage and water. Electricity is just always iffy.
But full hookup here is I'm plugged into a 30 amp connector, but if you get 15 out of it, you'll be lucky, because when it was super hot here and everybody in town was running ACs, we were lucky to see 100 volts. Now you can get 135 volts all the time. So that's not good either. So if you have a certain circuit breaker, it's going to pop that thing out. Water, sometimes you got it. Sometimes some mornings you turn it on and there's no pressure. And then other mornings you turn it on, there's lots of pressure. Other mornings you turn it on, there's no water. So we just try to keep our tanks topped up as much as possible so that when it's a no water day, we can just turn on the pump.
Yeah, for some reason here water pressure goes away like at 10 in the morning, comes back until 2.
I think if more than 5 or 6 people have a shower, then it just goes away.
RV Wonder says Banff, not before the border opens. No, we have not been planning on to Banff.
No, we're not. No,
definitely not. And
we're going to stick to the West Coast.
John Senesi is asking that have you been taking trips in Kevin and Laura's new vehicle?
Oh yeah,
we did one main big one. We went to the hot springs here, and it's in Santiago, but it is all dirt road. So we took the off-road, the Delica, the off-road vehicle, and we went out there, and it was amazing. It's like to have your little, like, kind of like somewhat kitchenette there and all that. It was kind of cool. Now, the question is to you guys. They have the Mini Cooper Countryman, and now they have this one. So they're going to get rid of one when they go back to the U.S.
Right.
Which one is your... I'll say, which one is your guess they're going to get rid of? So, not your suggestion, your guess. I have my guess, but I'm not gonna say. I feel like I will influence what you say.
Yeah.
200 people and only 40 thumbs.
Dennis, have a good night.
It's like thumbs up, guys. Come on. Do you own a black cat? Yes, and it's getting darker.
We do own a black cat. Out. His name is Ozzy, the Prince of Darkness. Come here, Ozzy. Ozzy, come here. People want to see you. Come here. Come here. People want to see you. Come up here. Come on up here. Here. Come here. Come here. Come here. There you go.
He's like, what?
This is Ozzy. For those of you who are new to the channel, he is the Prince of Darkness.
That's why it's called
And he
Ozzy,
does
yeah.
not like to be held. Because he's outside and he just wants to go places.
She's like, Dad, don't kiss me. There's people around. They
Yeah.
can see.
So
So everybody says the Mini Cooper is going away. The Mini is toast.
I agree.
Everybody,
I agree.
I agree. I'm with you.
I agree.
That one is going away, I think.
Yeah.
Bruce, hey guys, retired yesterday. Loaded up the motorcycle in the Class A in the snow this morning up here in the East Coast. Heading to Florida for a few months. See you on the road someday.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's nice. We think camping RVing is safe because you're on your own side, social distance, the whole works. So that's why also has become very popular.
Mhm.
But if you're camping, Florida, this is the year to
This
go.
is the year to go because you'll be able to get in places.
Because every other year we've been there, we have heard people being there. It's always a nightmare to find places to stay.
Mhm.
So
Absolutely.
this is the year, definitely.
Johnny, Kevin got a Mitsubishi Delica. So you'll have to Google that. Or they had it on their Instagram or on their on the Facebook. So yeah, it's a Delica. It's this 4-wheel drive minivan.
And that's funny. Tammy says Easy has
there goes my kite.
Easy
Taking
has
off.
missed Ozzy. She's barking at him on TV. That's hilarious. No, it's not going away. It's still there.
Yeah, but it needs to be firm.
Put the chair on top of it. Yeah.
Put the chair on top of it.
He babies his kite. Definitely. It's like, I think like if his kite will go away and I will fall on the ground, he will go after the kite and he will not pick me up. Like, that's how much he loves his kites. It's like, so yeah, Bruce, congratulations that you just got retired. So jelly. What about you, Tammy? I know you should be returned around this time already too. I think very, very soon. And just almost going part-time out on the road as well. Jose, nice to see you. And Iris too.
Good night, guys. Are they leaving?
Yeah, they're leaving.
Yeah, I know.
They had the hard time this year. I'm sorry.
Oh
to
yeah,
hear
that's the
that.
other thing. Somebody mentioned it's right-hand drive, so it's pretty crazy.
Yes, he let me. I don't know why he did this, but he let me drive it for a little bit.
Yeah.
And it was cool and it was interesting driving it on that side. So Laura, because they're not towing anything, Laura is actually gonna drive it back all the way to the US. So it's gonna be interesting the passing when it's on that side. Yeah.
Jamie and Valerie say lots of roaming dogs in Los Brills. How does Ozzy handle that? Some of them he runs from, some of them he chases. It's pretty crazy.
For the most part, if there's many dogs around, when it's kiteboarding Mecca right now, it's like I will keep him inside. So during the daytime, if it's someone there, he's inside and he's sleeping. You know, cats stay sleep in the daytime, so he's sleeping. But then it's like he wants to go out as soon as that's done. And when everybody's gone, like right now, so quiet, everybody's done. It's like it's when he comes out and roams around because nobody's around. But yeah, he has encountered with dogs, and there has been 3 dogs out of all the dogs that have been around here. 3 dogs that have been chasing him, and he will run just back to the RV. And but besides that, he usually holds his ground, even with 2 Rottweilers. There were 2 Rottweilers here, and he held his ground and told him to go away, basically. So yeah, he's pretty good about that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah, Tammy, she's quitting mid-March.
Yeah.
And we're heading out end of March, meandering our way to Glacier, Yellowstone, and Sturgis, and then slowly heading back. Wait, so March is the day.
Ozzy, get off of that. Come in. Hey, come here. I don't want your little claws in that thing.
Let me see. Let me put him inside because it's already dark.
Letty. Oh, Letty's in here tonight. Holy smokes. Our next door neighbor, Letty. My strut repair does need some help. It's not my strut repair that needs help. It's the guy who sewed my strut and sewed the bladder into the thing that needed help. But actually, I have a new strut bladder that is here now. So,
Yeah. Thanks, Chuck.
I have a new kite.
Oh no.
Oh my goodness. I have a new
I
kite.
should show everybody what Letty sent me because it's just hilarious.
Yeah, you should show them that. I forgot I have a new kite.
Like,
So yeah, Chuck brought me a kite.
yeah, I don't know
Johnny
where
says
it
they're
is.
hitting the road again in March too. Yeah. That's what we keep hearing. We're hitting the road.
Who's that?
Johnny and Allie.
Sure.
Yeah, whatever.
We heard that before.
Yeah, we heard that. Yeah.
Giving him a hard time.
You guys
Giving them a
can
hard
come
time.
over and trip up the West Coast with us.
We can go hiking, right, Johnny?
Oh, that is so mean.
He likes to joke that way.
Shh, Johnny,
Sorry.
I am so sorry.
I meant the kids. Okay, let's move on.
The strut bladder sounds like a medical condition. Yes. Each of the little blow up parts inside of that kite has like a little, it looks like a sandwich bag inside of it that blows up. So yeah, when I cut my kite in half the other day, accidentally on the water, it had to get repaired. And when the guy sewed it, he did a not so great sew job. So.
But yeah, hunt is incredible hard to get into. Yes, any of the parks in Florida in the water. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Bahia's it's a really, really neat place. And they have great kiting in that area.
I think that is where you fell in love with kiting literally for the first time. Is when
Was it here or there?
I think it was there. We were in Curry Hammock. And
Yeah.
there was people kiting.
Yeah, I think that's when I first saw it.
And there's the first time you saw it, and it's like, oh, that looks so cool. I would
Yeah.
love to do that. I'm like, sure. You always say that. He's like,
And it was, we saw Dimitri kiting. And then a couple years later, I see him again. And then, yeah. So.
Letty says needs Viagra.
It needs
Kite Viagra.
Well, Kevin and I are going to come out with a new product called Kiteagra. And it's for,
Kiteagra.
so that you can keep your kite up.
Jesus. Andrew Miranda, do you own a drone?
I do. I have a DJI. I have new drone batteries too.
We got.
Chuck bought new
I-
drone batteries.
I don't know.
I have a DJI Mavic Air.
Yes. I don't know if it is in the U.S. or not, but here in Mexico, you can get Cuban rum, and one of the very famous Cuban rums is Havana Club, and you can get Havana Club 7. That's the best of them all.
Mhm.
Basically, is aged for 7 years in barrels and all that stuff. Chuck loves it. So we got one for him because it's like this guy loaded him up with stuff on his way south. So yes, so it's gonna be Havana Club for Chuck, definitely.
Kevin says now I'm out as the demo person for Kiteagra since my kite is soft.
Are you wondering to Letty with the Viagra? Mexico's economy is built on it. That is not true. They just cater tourists. That's why it's all you see. Obviously, it's a very popular product. So that's why you see all the pharmacies. And there's always a little guy that is blue, that is like the super Viagra in the pharmacies.
Oh, they're hilarious.
They're hilarious.
Yeah. David and Patty said you might need to limit my computer access because I'm buying everything. Well, I can't now because you can't get it down here. So I just happened to have a friend that was talking about coming back, and I took the chance that they actually didn't know. We didn't know if Chuck was going to come back or not.
I don't know if you guys knew the story, but Chuck he traveled with us at the very beginning on the scouting trip, and he was here south with us, and he had to left early because his dad got COVID. So he had to go back home meaning, well, not back home for him, it's Colorado, but his dad is in Las Vegas. So he went back to Las Vegas for all this time and make sure that his dad was in a good situation and everything. And his dad is doing a lot better. He's at home. They're taking care of him and everything. Decided to come south again to the warm of Mexico again. Right. And within
the last week or so, he started mentioning that he might come down. So I'm like, sending a bunch of stuff to him. We could have sent it down with
but it has been so nice because you guys remember that we have a tiny little storage, and we got rid of a storage because the Hamptons, they have 3 storages because they were full timing. So we put our stuff that is not that much with them because they have many storages. Well, now the Hamptons, they stopped traveling, they stopped full timing. Now that's another story. They sold their RV literally the first day they were back in Vegas, back home for them. They sold their RV that day.
Yeah.
Same day. So they got rid of all the storage units because now they have their house, and now we need a place to put our stuff on, and we're not in Las Vegas, obviously, to do that. So Chuck very nicely, he took our stuff and he put it away for us. So he was super nice. Like he's just a nice dude.
Yeah. So, anyways, yeah, we sent some stuff, and we were gonna send it with the Hamptons, but I knew they were gonna have so much stuff packed in their
The
vehicle.
Hamptons are coming too. They come
Yep.
every winter. For the last 3 years, they have been coming, and they are gonna be here for 3 months, I believe.
Mm.
Yeah, 3 months. So yeah, we have some stuff coming with them too.
Brenda Bingo Lorena says, "Do you guys go dancing?" We do not.
Never. That's one of the things that he fooled me when we were dating. We will go out dancing, and we will have so much fun. And now, zero dancing, Brenda. Zero.
We can't go dancing. COVID.
Well, now, what about the past 10 years, Paul? Like,
We danced at the RV thing a year ago. We got to spread it out. I don't want to get you too spoiled.
and when was the time before that?
I don't know, probably 8 years before that.
We've been married almost 14 years, people. It's like, we never go out. He just fooled me when we're dating. It's like, I'm behind
Helium
on
filled.
messages.
Mr. Roboto, we Kevin and I actually talked about that. I wonder if we'd filled the kite with helium, but then it might make it a little bit hard to control. I don't know how that would go. To make it lighter, flying lighter wind, that might be cool.
Pole dances in the rain, absolutely.
Yeah. Jamie Keeler, what is your favorite restaurant in Los Perillas? We don't do a lot of restauranting here. Like we go do snacking at the restaurants.
Snacking in the rain.
Yeah, like we don't go usually for full dinners.
I love going out, but I have to limit my calorie intake. Otherwise, I will totally blow up. So I try to eat at home as much as possible.
Mhm.
But there's so many like specials out there that I would like to hit. So and Paul never wants to go with me, so I probably.
Jesus, you are so full of it. But I would say La Playa. And La Playa, we go to restaurants a lot of times because not so much of the food, but because of the vibe or the view or the atmosphere. Sometimes it's about the vibe.
You know why? There's a kite school where Paul learned, and all his kite buddies, part of them are there.
No, that's not it as well. It's because we could see the ocean. Like Gecko right next door, you can go see the ocean as well.
Bayview to see the ocean? How is that we never go to Bayview?
I don't know. But,
so many different questions I have seen. Brenda said, Brenda, it's like first says, when they come to Guatemala, I would love to go back to Guatemala. I've been there before.
Yeah.
Love Antigua. Antigua, Guatemala is one of the most beautiful places I've been. It's just gorgeous. Yeah. So I would love to go back there. Definitely.
Tough to get the RV there, but
yes, definitely.
But we could do
that. People that we know, and we met them here in Baja, 2 years ago, and their Instagram is 8 years global because they travel full time. It's a younger couple, already retired, but they retired early with their kid. And he used to have an ambulance, a converted ambulance, and they have to go back to the U.S. and they now are in a 4Runner Toyota with tenting and everything, trying to make all the way to South America. And they have made it as far as Guatemala. Somehow they always get broken down. But anyway, so we know we will definitely will need a different rig if we will go that route.
Yeah. Lori Hines says you should make a deal with me to go on your anniversary. So maybe we can do that this year on our anniversary. When's our anniversary?
When's our anniversary?
March 2nd.
No.
March 3rd.
Yeah.
Yeah, March 3rd. March 2nd is Allie's birthday.
Yes.
Yeah. I knew it was one of those two.
He always has those two confused because he doesn't know which one is first, which one is second. Yeah.
Yeah. Seeking Serenity, a $5 super chat.
Thank you.
Thank you. Says, are you missing the business in Vegas or just the income? It'd be interesting to hear about any money-making opportunities. So, I am not missing the business in Vegas. I am absolutely missing the income.
Now I have to tell him, not that much guacamole, Paul.
Yeah, Lori won't let me order guacamole sometimes.
Only one Dr. Pepper.
But as far as coming up with other income opportunities, not yet. It's something we really have to think about whether we settle down. Because I'd love to do a campground thing or do a camp host thing. So that means we'd have to stop traveling. So the caravan thing really interests me because we can keep traveling and we can hang out with you guys and do all that sort of thing. But right now I'm just kiting. I'm not thinking about that stuff. So I need to really kind of dial that in very, very soon. Happy vibes, says the community, such a happy group. Yeah,
Yes.
we love you guys, and we love doing the last Saturday Live is one of our favorite things to do because we love seeing you guys interact in there.
The RV community in itself is just a happy community because you are vacationing or you're retired. So it's just one of those things that everybody's happy. Why to be? And obviously there's the odd person that they're just grumpy, but I think that's any community.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's such a happy community.
Yeah, they're very good. And like Mark and Lisa Fitzroy said, they all drink. Yeah, everyone's probably drunk right now. They're all hammered. That's why they're so fun.
Our RV journey says, why is it tough to get RV to Guatemala? Because again, RVs are not a thing in Mexico or even south. So the smaller the rig, the better, because the bridges are not built with the height, like for certain things. Also, the roads are narrow. Campgrounds are extremely limited. And if they're existing, they're usually very small in spaces. I mean, Tom can vouch for that. When we stay in San Felipe and all these places, it's like our rigs could barely fit.
Yeah, San Felipe, when we first stayed there, it was like, holy smokes, these are not meant for bigger RVs.
You guys are coming, if hopefully everything opens up soon enough and everything, you guys are coming to Mexico, and we're in an area that is heavily RV'd. Like, it's popular to RV here. And there's campgrounds here, but you're going to see that there's not the room that the U.S. campgrounds have.
Right.
Until you get down here.
This one is huge. This campground's enormous. Any size rig can fit.
This site where we're in right now is meant for 3 RVs.
Right.
So that's why it's so big. But the other side, I mean, they're still big.
But some of the smaller cities, like Loretto, like there's literally very, very few. It's very few, very small tight spaces.
So that's the one thing that Joan, I totally forgot about your question. Yeah, we were talking about the caravan when the video quit. But we decided to lower the amount of rigs, the amount of people coming into the caravan, just because it was going to be too hard to stay in certain places. One being Laredo, it's a very beautiful city. We would love to stay there and everything, but very hard to get in campgrounds there with that many rigs. So we, and also filling up that many coaches, I mean, it will take us hours. I mean, to fill up that many coaches and all that kind of stuff. So we decided to make the caravan smaller, more manageable, getting into the campground city we want, but do 2 instead. So that's what we're doing on the next caravans. And yeah, it's like the full caravan is gonna be warmer, but snorkel is gonna be amazing. Once we get to here to Los Varillas, it's gonna be like turtles hatching every single morning that you can go and see. So there's so much to do in the full caravan. Now the other caravan, it's gonna be on February, like we were gonna do this February. It's going to be nice weather, moderate weather and everything, but it's going to be about the whales. You're going to see the whales, but now snorkeling is not going to be, visibility is not going to be as good, and it's going to be the water
will be a little chillier.
Cools down a lot. Like from the time we got here, that it was nice and refreshing and just, well, I hate cold water. I will go in the ocean because it was just so nice. It was nice.
Right now, the water is a little chilly.
Right now, I will not go in without a wetsuit. Like I put in a wetsuit to go out if I'm going to go out at all, because now snorkeling is not as good either. And
we're all using wetsuits while we're kiting.
Yeah, so it gets chillier, definitely. But now everything is open because everything is in season. So now every restaurant, every little thing is open. Of course, things are not happening because of COVID. There's not live music because of COVID, all these different things. But hopefully when we come down, that's a part of the past and everything is running as usual.
Right.
So I think just weather is going to change from one to another, and activities are going to change from one to another.
Yep. David, I've never drank either. So David from Seeking Strand says never drank in his life. I've never either. I'm a full-time Dr. Pepper addict. So
yeah, RV wondering, we snorkel in February in Cabo.
Yep.
It was February. It was March.
Yep. We went with.
Yeah, we went, but it was February. It was March.
I don't remember when we all went down to that one little spot together. Yeah.
Yeah, because
February, and if you remember, it was a little nipply when you first get in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But visibility in some of these areas are not great right now, because that's why also a lot of the whales come and everything, because of the plankton and the krill and all stuff. So visibility becomes not so good.
Brian, how well can you boondock down there? It's awesome. There's a lot of amazing boondocking. Actually, outside of the campground here, they have what's called the San Bartolo Wash. If I go up there right now, I can show you probably a dozen RVs that are boondocking there in that wash. And then they come over here to use the dump. Some of them have water brought to them. Some of them use various other ways to dump stuff. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Quail Run in the queue. So, RV and Mojo,
But they were
Annie.
talking just about the topic about boondocking. I know a lot of people are just afraid to come to Mexico overall, but we know so many people that they come year after year and all they do is boondock.
Yeah, they boondock everywhere.
Like, and that includes families, like with kids and everything. They all boondock. It's like it's not as like scary as they make it seem.
Yep.
Andrew, first time chime in on live chat. How often do you do live chat? It's fun. Once a month, and we call it
Last Saturday Live.
So whenever the last Saturday is, there's when we tune in. And even nowadays that Paul is taking a break from editing and posting videos and everything, even now
We still do this.
So that's usually a for sure thing we're gonna show up.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, it did get dark out in a hurry. That's
I
crazy,
know.
right? But yeah, we do these every last Saturday, Andrew, and it's a lot of fun. And a lot of these folks we've met over the past 4 years while we were on the road out in various spots. We did an RV thing, an RV rally in Florida last year, literally a year ago, and met a lot of folks down there. It was amazing. So Aloha TV Network. Aloha, everyone. Have an amazing day. So we love the Aloha stuff.
Yes, definitely. RV cruising. Do they have any rock shrimp in Mexico? Not that I know. I tried for the first time when we were in Titusville in Florida. Like, I guess it's a thing there, and I tried it for the first time, and it was delicious.
You tried it with them. It's Bob and Cheryl.
It's Bob and Cheryl. See, I thought it was Alan. No, you're right.
It's Bob and Cheryl.
But
the first time and only
no.
time she's tried it is with you guys.
It's with you guys. Here
Yeah.
they have this massive blue shrimps. They are. I have not tried them, I have to say, but they're interesting.
Hello, Rob. Rob in the UK has to go now. Goodbye, Rob.
I'm sure it's late
Allie?
there.
It's very late there.
Hi guys.
Aid's still up partying and drinking.
Bob Jensen, we were late getting on today. Are you coming on to Los Varillas, Bob? He's like, or not? I'm curious about it. They're one of the ones that they boondock and they love staying here on the Arroyo.
Yeah, there you go. Bob
Oh
is
my God.
Bob is
People
boondock down here.
come prepared for the Arroyo. The Arroyo is the wash here, and it's where you can boondock in Los Varillas, but people come prepared.
They've got giant ass tents
They
set up and
have
compounds.
their
and-
RVs with their awning, and they have this shade tent that goes out and then down with more shades, and they have privacy things, and they have like carports for their little trucks or cars.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
they
really
have
crazy.
very cool setups over there.
Yeah.
I don't know what that meant, but it's like, yeah, it's a thing for tough Canadians. Oh, the water, the cold water.
The cold water.
Yeah, because I think everyone was saying that, or not everyone, they were saying that they're used to the cold water. It's like, well, yeah, you Canadians are used to the cold everything. So for you, this is gonna be just like summer weather for you.
Mark and Lisa says, Quince, it's a full moon. If the moon came up right now, it comes up literally right there,
right behind us.
behind us. But we're not going to see it tonight because I think last night it came up at 7:04. So tonight it'll be 7:14. So tonight it'll be almost 8 o'clock. So yeah,
Pass the time. By the way, Ozzy keeps like meowing because he's like, "You're out, I want out."
Ozzy has FOMO when he's inside and we're out here. He doesn't like it very much.
But the problem is, like, if we let him out because he's black, we cannot say him at all.
Yeah, it's hard to find him at night. So, Joe Burton, how have you two been? We've been great. How are you?
But the way you always know who has recently come into town because they go and swim in the water. Like the ones that we have been here for a long time, we're like, oh, it's too chilly right now to go in the water, right? But people are just coming from the north. That is snowing over there and very cold over there. For them, this is summer weather, and they just go straight into the water. So depending, what you're used to, it's gonna be nice or not nice.
Tim and Sherry from Dallas are in the house. Hey guys.
Hey guys.
Sorry to hear Tim's having chemo again. Sucks.
Bob says we're planning on it, but I had been in a walking boot for 7 weeks. What? I didn't know that. It's like, sorry to hear about that. Hopefully you guys make it over here. So yeah, we're super excited about the caravans next season. Not next year, it's next season because we're trying to do the first one in mid-October.
Right.
So yeah. let's see what happens. I have to say, it's like most people are interested in the February ones when the wells are here and everything. So if we can fill that October one, we might not be able to make it. But Charrons are happening for sure.
RV Mojos. Are there any towns with low humidity in Texas you might recommend? Do they not exist? Yeah, I mean, almost all of West Texas. So it just depends on what you're looking for. El Paso is fairly low humidity, and all of Big Bend, the national park, which is absolutely spectacular, all low humidity. Most of the towns are like going to be smaller Dust Bowl towns.
Usually look at the shrubbery around it. Yeah. You will know there's humidity or not just by the plants around it.
Right. Like you start getting into San Antonio and Houston, it starts to get a little bit more humid, but all west of the, like west of the Pecos, all that stuff out there. But there's going to be nothing going on in a lot of those towns. El Paso is definitely the biggest town that's got stuff going on.
Las Vegas has low humidity.
Yeah, but they said in Texas.
In Texas, I forgot. Yeah. Ali says, it was lightly snowing on Tuesday in El Paso. I know. It's like,
it did snow in El Paso.
My mom also sent me pictures from Mexico, and in Las Vegas, it snowed a lot. Actually, a lot. People were sending pictures too of their backyard, so like snow on Facebook and everything. Cheryl, she said that she's coming south. She said that she was glad she was leaving because she put a picture of the mountains and they're all snow too in Las Vegas. So a lot of people that usually don't get snow in places, they got pretty good snow for quite some time. But I would say, I think it happens once every few years, the whole snow thing in those places. So, but it's pretty cool when it happens. It's pretty cool.
Jamie and Valerie, is there a good place to get shorty wetsuits down there for when the water's cold? Down here, not really. There's one place. Kevin just got a 3/4 down there, short bottom, long top. I think, right, Kevin? I think it was short bottom, long top, in the Cabo Surf Shop. But they're going to be at a premium, so you're always best off to buy one before you come down, because you can get one on Amazon for $70-$80. But you can always rent one. There's going to be places that are gonna rent them. So.
RV Wondering says, if the border opens, we do boat caravans. Ha ha. See, that's a smart thing to do right there.
Yep. Bob says we got 2 inches. Bob, I don't know what.
Snow.
You got to watch how you say that. Snow. Oh, okay. Bob and Tam, Excellent Inventions are on. Getting ready to go to Daytona on February 13th. Bike week. Yep. Coming up.
Then Rose and Lisa is like, it's here. It's like Rose says, Sunday, Oregon. We wish that we were still down there.
Hey guys, we're going to be heading up that way.
Yeah, we'll be definitely going that way. But yeah, it's like, it's nice and warmer here. I'm assuming than Oregon. So yeah, 7 inches in Prescott. The first time that I have gotten snow in somewhere, it was in Prescott. We were coming down from El Paso towards Las Vegas. It was wintertime after the holidays, so we went and visit family and everything. And it just started snow started coming down so hard that we were gonna go through Sedona, and they have the roads close to Sedona. So we have to go around, and then we got around Prescott and we got snow in. We have to go at that last minute hotel, overpriced hotel, because everybody gets snow in, so everybody's stuck. So overpriced hotel, and at that point I have my little cat, so it was fun. Yep. It was interesting.
The Dean and Lizzie project. Can Fifth Wheels join the caravan? Absolutely. And if you go to adventurenationcaravans.com, you can click on the Baja, Mexico, and somewhere around in there, you'll be able to get on an email list so that as we do updates, but we'll also do updates in our Facebook group here in the Motorhome Experiment. But yeah, Adventure Nation Caravans.
Yes, definitely. Nomadic Hobby, Steve and Lisa say we can do the spring caravan. Steve is retiring. Whoop, whoop. Whoop. I feel like everybody's retiring.
Everybody's retiring, yeah.
Now. I know. He's like so much freedom out there.
Hello from St. Louis, Missouri. Chilly and rainy here. So, Catherine, just if you guys don't know, that is where Lori and I first met.
Yeah.
We met at St. Louis.
We have not made it back there. We need to make it back there.
Yeah, we haven't gone back there. I think it's probably because you it's bad memories for you.
No, I don't. Come on. I still like you after all these years.
After all these years? Wow, that's awesome.
Kenneth says, how are the bugs there?
Non-existent now.
When we first got here, I will say I don't know what it was, biting on my ankles. So something in the same, like sun fleas or something like that, but something biting on my ankles. But
October, November.
As soon as it got cooler weather, they went away.
Yeah, there's none
now. Once in a while, there's the odd mosquito. in the RV, but that's the odd mosquito.
Yeah,
That's
it's
about
very
it.
odd.
That's
And we
about
know
it.
he's odd because he twitches when he's flying.
Jesus. Yeah, but any size rigs can come on the Charron. By the way, if you have a 45 footer, if you have a 20-foot RV, you can all make it down here. We have chosen
Mhm.
specifically campgrounds, so any size rig can fit, and that's the
Yeah.
whole point about downsizing the amount of rigs on each caravan is so we can all fit in places. Yeah.
Yeah, Tom said the last Tom and Faye said last time they bought tickets from Kevin and the event was canceled. Yeah, don't buy tickets from Kevin.
Those come at a premium. Happy Vice says there is a movie, Meet Me in St. Louis. I didn't know that.
In St. Louis or St. Louise?
St. Louis? I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know which one is it, but yeah, it will be interesting to look that one up and check it out.
But yeah, that's where we met.
Yeah, that was
A
fate.
long,
It was
long time
fate.
ago.
That was
Fate brought us together.
15 years ago.
Yeah,
Something like that.
something like that. 2005.
No, more.
Yeah, 2000. Oh, 16.
No.
2005. So 16
yeah.
years.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah, crazy, right?
Quite some time already. Time flies. Kathy says Tony just cleared about 2.5 feet of the top of the RV just outside Montreal.
Yeah,
Of snow.
that's it's crazy.
That's cool for an
I
RV.
remember that back in Canada. Yeah, somebody was asking earlier why I left Canada. 2.5 feet of snow on top of the RV. That's why. Literally, we lived like southwestern Ontario is a snow belt that has the Great Lakes circle all around this peninsula that comes down in southwestern Ontario. And the lake effect snow that it would drop in overnight is just insanity. Absolute insanity.
Johnny's been a pain in the butt. It's like perfect. My 47-foot Prevost should fit then.
Getting another new coach. Yeah, I think you guys, you know what? You got to keep it spinning. You guys have had that coach now for what?
A year?
6 months or a year. You should trade it in and get another one. Level up, baby.
It's been too long.
Yeah, it's been too long. Got to level up.
Oh, Mark and Lisa, Pensacola rules. He does all the mosquitoes. They just sit in the corner and stare at me.
Yes, the odd mosquitoes, man.
I just hate the ones that you know they're there, but you cannot catch.
Yeah.
It's like, and they don't do anything to you. They don't bite to you, but they're on your ear at night. Oh, those are the worst ones. You know, like,
Allie, she's not liking us right now.
well, I don't know if like I hate you to us or to him.
No, thanks to me.
He's like,
Yeah,
I don't
right
know.
now.
Sean Chambers, this week the Sierras near Donner got 7 feet of snow.
Oh yeah, no
Well,
doubt.
remember that was when we were. Now it's gonna be this summer 2 seasons ago, but we were on days out of the Sierras going to Yosemite and going to Kings Canyon. All this they have gone record snows, and
Yeah.
that's why the waterfalls and the rivers were so full of water and so violent because there was so much water and so much ice melt.
Well, and remember,
Snow
we
melt.
were in Truckee in July for July 4th, and there was snow on the sides of the roads there.
Yes, it's like it's true.
Remember?
Yeah, it's
Because we were
true.
throwing snowballs and sliding down the stuff and
Yeah, we were.
doing all that.
Yeah. So yes, it's like you might get that this year too. Who knows?
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah, it was awesome.
we need to fill up those lakes anyways. We need snow. Have you seen Lake Mead or even Lake Paulo? This is like you can see the line from where it used to be to where it is right now. It's crazy.
Jamie and Valerie are commenting on your pretty hair. It's getting so long.
It's long. I need to cut it now. I have been delaying going to here like the salon, but I need to cut it.
Johnny,
It's dark, but it's down here.
Johnny says the dealers were closed due to COVID. That's why he doesn't have a new coach. And Allie couldn't find her perfect one.
The perfect one. There's
That's,
no perfect coach, Alice. So you just choose one, whatever it is, whatever fits 80% of your needs.
Yeah, John says my mom on it. I don't think so. I haven't heard her on there. Mom, if you're on, I'm sorry. I didn't see you commenting, but I don't think she is. And now I'm gonna have to tell her where the hell was she. So
Mark and Lisa says she won't let Paul cut it. Smart lady, my hair. He has offered.
I've
before.
offered to cut it. How hard can it be?
I just don't
You
trust.
just
I
bring
don't
it out to
trust.
the end and then you just cut it. I've seen how they do that. They just put it in their fingers like that. They just go like that and then just cut it. It's not that hard.
I should let you cut it just on video so everybody can see what happened.
Yeah.
And if it needs to be fixed, I can always go and get it.
Yeah,
fixed
you can always
somewhere.
go get it fixed. It's not that big of a deal. I know I can handle it.
We can do that. Yeah, we can do that.
All right. We'll do that.
So yeah. So hey, Jamie and Valerie, are you guys coming down to Los Varillas? And if so, when? He's like, they are building a casita here, I believe, or a house. So I'm not sure what they're building here, but they're building something here.
Kelly says Craig's trying to catch your hair length.
Who?
Craig is trying to grow his hair as long as you.
When we met Craig, he was like short hair,
Yeah.
very corporate looking, and everything.
Looked like an attorney.
Yeah, well, he's an attorney.
he is an attorney.
He looked like an attorney, and now when we see him have long hair, ponytail.
Yeah, he looks like a damn
he's
hippie, like a biker surfer dude. It's awesome.
Yeah, that's a biker surfer. That's an
biker
interesting
surfer
combo
dude.
right
Yeah,
there.
yeah, I think
He's
so.
like, yeah, he looks like that. You will fit right in here, Craig, in this crowd. Mark and Lisa, Paul, you had to put on your yoga pants first. He's like, to cut my hair.
Yeah, I think that'd be good.
Sexy.
I saw that's a thing now, like the butt crack leggings. That's a thing. I should try those on. Butt crack leggings, and then
you should try just for fun. Are we wondering? Tell him, Faye. Last time I cut Faye's hair, she had to go to the hairdresser to fix it, and it cuts an arm and a leg.
Yeah, no doubt it.
See, that's a nice idea of having long hair. If he only cuts so much and looks terrible, I can still fix it. But yeah, if you have already shorter hair and then you try to do a cut and it doesn't come out right,
it's not gonna be terrible. How can it be terrible?
I don't know, honey. You have a knack for that kind of stuff.
I have a knack for making your hair look terrible,
or things not going right.
Oh well, yeah, things not going right. That's true.
Yeah, so just saying.
Am I going to grow my hair long too, or is that the only for surfers? Not. So we have a deal. Lori and I have a deal. I'm not allowed to grow my hair back out long again, like I had when I was a teenager, and she won't cut hers short. So that's the deal we have, because I like long hair, and Lori likes guys with short hair. So
I think it's a fair deal.
Yeah. So
like we're asking the same thing basically.
Yeah.
Just opposite.
Lori has to keep hers long, and I'm not allowed to have a mullet. Basically.
But in all honesty, I tried once in my life the whole short hair thing. It was terrible. Like I looked terrible. So
you didn't look terrible.
I learned ask my sisters.
Well, no, you're.
It's like I look terrible. So
you're saying your sisters are going to tell you the truth, and I'm not.
It's like no.
I go, oh honey, no, you look great.
You do that now.
Well, no.
He's like,
no, I mean it.
Does the jeans make my butt look big? No, honey, no at all. They look great.
No, your butt makes your butt look big.
What's going on with you today? Huh? Jeez, it's like somebody's sleeping outside today, and it's getting chilly.
It's a nice night out. Oh my goodness.
Jamie and Valerie, Lorena, have you tried paddleboarding? We know you love paddling pole around in that kayak. I like to paddle around in a kayak. We have been paddleboarding, yes, both of us, not only me, both of us. We have gone around paddleboarding, just not as often as I would like to.
Right.
First, I think I was a little bit more shy about it, and if it was a tiny bit swelly, I would be like, no, not today. It's too swelly. Now I learned that it's swelly, doesn't matter what, and I've gone out a few times when it's swelly. But the problem now is that I'm working in the daytime. In the morning when it's quiet and good, so by the time I'm ready to go, it's already swelly and windy. That is when the kite.
If you're going to paddleboard here, you want to paddleboard in the morning when there's no wind.
I'm not willing to get at 6 a.m. to go paddling. So it's like, yeah, that's my sad story on that. Yep. I should have gone this morning. Oh no, it was swelly this morning.
This morning the wind come up quick. The wind normally doesn't kick until 11 o'clock or so. This morning the wind was kicking at 8 or 9.
I've been wondering. I see evening ahead. Yes. Don't know. So I chuck my brain, my knife.
She knows I'm kidding.
Are you kidding? Are you really kidding?
I'm kidding.
I don't know.
Hey, Karen Polanski's
it's
in
like
the house.
No matter how it's Steve and Lisa, I want to paddleboard. I'm not sure if that's Steve or Lisa, but it's like they want to paddleboard. I was totally worried that we took forever to have a paddleboard, but because it's so lightweight, it's just so easy to take out. So one time in the morning, Paul and I, we wanted to go snorkeling out to the point, but walking over there is too rocky to go over there. So we load the paddleboard on the front with our snorkel gear, and I sat on the front and he paddled on the back.
Yeah, just paddled over to where we wanted to go snorkeling.
There, and the paddleboard, they have the ankle thing, so it doesn't go away if you fall. So we went on the water with our snorkel gear, snorkel around and all that kind of stuff, and then got on the paddleboard again and came back again. So it's very handy when it comes to that. But I would say I would not use it for rough waters, or it makes me super crazy, super weird if you're totally open water ocean when it's super deep. Like if it's in the shallows where it's turquoisey or you can see the bottom, I have no problem. It's when you're on the deeps that I still feel weird about it. So I still need to get over it because I see everybody doing it. Everybody's out there. I'm not gonna be the odd person getting attacked by a shark. So I just need to get over it. It just makes me feel weird. But yeah, definitely paddleboard, totally 2 thumbs up.
And here early, yeah. In the morning, you'll see a ton of paddleboarders out, and then the paddleboards get put away, and then the kiters come out in the afternoons.
Tammy, do they make paddleboards with a motor? Tammy, defeat the purpose. You already have a kayak with
and
a
actually
motor.
they do. So they do have little ones where you can put a paddle.
We saw it with you guys where you can actually buy a little motor totally aside of the kayak or paddleboard and use it with the kayak or paddleboard.
Absolutely.
So you can always buy whatever you want to add that little motor.
Bob, how long are you going to be down here? We're going to be we're going to be in this spot till mid-March, and then we're going to slow roll out. So we won't be back in the U.S. until probably mid-April. And that's when we'll head up the West Coast.
Jamie Miller says the moral of the story is get up early or don't go out paddleboarding.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, that's your water sport, like kayak and paddleboarding. Yeah, basically, is what it is. Early or nothing.
Mark and Lisa said, "Yeah, it's called a boat." Yeah.
Well, if
they have badass kayaks, they have motorized kayaks.
Well, we shot them on a video, but if you missed that video, we went paddling on the rivers. It was lettuce river, lettuce lake, lettuce something, and we went out paddling with Tammy and Vic, and they have brand new kayaks, but their kayaks have electric motors.
Yeah.
So they literally don't have to paddle if they don't want to. It's just more like an optional thing because they still have the paddles. They just don't use them. Like, so it's optional.
Johnny said they just bought a pedal boat. Really? I'm going to have to check that out. I want to see it.
Pedal boat. Interesting. Yeah, Lettuce Lake, Peace River. Yes, definitely. Oh, and I jumped at one of the alligators going down right next to us. I remember, like, really got me scared out there, but
yeah, we went. That's right. We went kayaking with the alligators,
and then you dunk in the water, and there was another
alligator right there,
close to you. Yeah,
we did not see him though.
Well, you always have to assume there's alligators in Florida. That's just a thing,
right? Cindy said just checked out Adventure Nation Caravans. It says that the tours are out of stock. Are they already full? No. Not full yet, but we haven't changed that because we're waiting to get all of the people that were on the last caravan. I'm waiting to find out whether they want to go in the October-November caravan or the February-March caravan. And as soon as all of those folks get back to me and let me know which ones they're going to go in, then I'll open it back up again and we'll get the word out.
Some spots they have first steps because they're already signed up for this year. So once we know how many spots are taken, we put the remaining spots open to whoever wants to sign up. Yeah. So we will totally give you a heads up on like when that's gonna go live.
Right. Cheetah, that's Matt from Canada, says thinking of relocating to the U.S. and just wondering where you guys are in the U.S.
We travel full time.
We travel full time. We've been traveling in this RV now for 4 years, and so we left Las Vegas 4 years ago in 2016 and. Currently, we're actually in Mexico. We're in Baja, Mexico, down by Cabo San Lucas. But I'm from Canada originally, Matt, and moved to, oddly enough, El Paso, Texas at first, and then to Las Vegas, Nevada, and then we just booked out of there.
Yep.
Sold everything we owned and bought an RV and left.
You just told our story in a minute.
Yeah, that's it. That's our story in a minute. Yeah.
So yeah, they're still going on.
Johnny says the joke went over yet. I thought that's maybe what you were talking about, but I didn't know if it was for you or for the whole family or whatever.
They only eat at night, so paddleboard during the day. You mean the alligators? I think they eat any time. That's in my head. It's like there is nothing like paddle or a blow up kayak with the alligators.
Yeah, it wasn't. I don't know. It didn't feel weird though. Like
Well,
it didn't feel
most-
bad.
Most of them were super skittish, so
Yeah.
if they happen to be in the water, they will go low, and
Yeah.
you will not even see them or feel them. Like they will go underwater even before you can see them. And some of them that they were like on the banks,
Right.
sunbathing, they stay on the banks, and they happen to go spook. They just go low
Yeah.
and they
I
hide.
don't know if I've ever heard a story of an alligator attacking a
No,
boat
no.
unless
No,
the boat has fish.
No,
Fish.
there is one. I think Tammy's the one that showed me, where it's this kayaking on the river, and all of a sudden this alligator launched the kayaker, and the kayak in itself, they rotated, and he was underwater for a minute, and then he rotated back. So luckily he didn't fall from the kayak into the water. The kayak in itself rotated back with the kayaker, and then he fell out of there as fast as he could.
It was probably CGI. It was.
No, I
Let's
think
say.
it's probably what you have to be worried about is usually nest. Like if they have like baby alligators around, there is when they become defensive,
That could be. Yeah.
and they will launch
That
at
could be.
you or stuff like that.
When we paddled on the river there in Acadia, we saw a lot of baby alligators. We saw little tiny ones, like lots of little baby ones.
that was in what was the river? It was Peace River.
Peace River. Yeah.
Yeah, because Vic dropped us at the launch and pick us up like somewhere totally different, but in that little like we saw people in the river though, like literally just walking inside looking for shark tooths or something like that. So I think sometimes it's just more our paranoia, but there was people like hip
Yeah, they were standing in the water.
standing in the water,
Yeah.
no problem whatsoever.
Yep.
But if you have a chance, look what's that? Tell me, what is the state park that has the humongous alligators? It's like
The
Mayaca. Mayaca State
That's have
Park,
a lot of
and they do
alligators.
boat tours over there, but you can
Mhm.
also paddle kayaks over there. But it has massive alligators. That will make me nervous.
Ed G says he's seen a video of an alligator attacking a kayak. Don't tell her that, Ed.
See,
No, I don't. But you know, how do you trust Ed? Like you don't know Ed. You can't trust him.
it's true. Just saying, it's true.
Thanks, Ed. Now I'll never be able to paddle in the kayak again when we're in Florida. Tammy says like it wasn't CGI. The guy was terrified.
Yeah, it was probably an mama. Yeah, that's what we were saying. It's like, yeah. So yeah, just be careful. So 6:59, guys. I know we're all like here comfortable chatting. I already finished my wine. I never refill it. Bad on me. It's like should have refilled.
Yeah, we're getting ready to call tonight again. As always, you guys are amazing. Thanks for hanging out on a Saturday night with us. We know you guys have better stuff. No, you don't. Not with COVID. Nobody has better. They're just
Some
hanging out.
people
At home.
are like over COVID and they are
Yeah.
still working or doing
Yeah.
whatever because now everything adjusted to that. So a lot of people are working from home. A lot of people are still going on with their lives. So.
Yeah. That's true. But we appreciate you guys hanging out and did see some new faces on the chat. So that was really, really cool. If you are new to the channel, thank you so much for coming out and hanging out with us tonight. We do this every last Saturday, hence the reason Last Saturday Live. And we love doing this. And we usually do it at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern to try to give everybody some time.
Yes.
And of course, if you're Aid Collins, then you're in the UK and it's probably 2 o'clock in the morning right now. And Aid's
Yes.
still up drinking. So thanks for hanging out. It's really cool to see you guys all chatting with each other in the chat. And we will see you guys in future videos. Maybe I'll make one here soon.
You better make one.
Yeah, I know it's going into February. I've got a new intro that we're trying to do too.
I like it. I like it.
Oh,
If
Jamie,
it's the one
thank
I
you
like.
guys.
Oh,
It's a
thank you
little
so
$9
much.
super chat.
Oh, and I like the little guy.
Yeah, the little guy.
Okay, guys.
Midnight UK.
Mwah.
Oh, see, midnight UK start time. Yeah, so midnight to 2 a.m. Awesome.
Yeah, but
Allie and the kids,
so nice
Brian
to see
and
you
Amaray,
guys.
mwah, Johnny, Allie, all you guys, everybody. You guys are amazing. Thanks
so
for
nice
hanging out with us.
out with you guys, and we will see you soon.
Yeah, you guys have
hopefully.
to hang up first. No, you hang up.
I wonder if they hang up on the last live, the one that they have to return in.
Well, I hope they hung up. Somebody had to.
He's like, I don't know.
Bellafato. Later, dude.
Bye, guys. Oh, thank you, RVGeeks.
Karen, hit the thumbs up on the way out. Yeah.
Yeah, why not, right?
Why not? Hasta la vista, baby.
That's why you have. learned in
Andrew, do
Spanish.
you recommend moving to Florida? We love RVing and boating. Sure. We are residents there now, so that's our home base now. All right, guys, we'll see you later. It was an
Bye,
absolute
guys.
blast, and peace out.
One of those things we're saying goodbye for 10 minutes.
Yeah.